But yeah, so we're talking about send help. So taking the
Yes.
blurb from Letterboxd, two colleagues become stranded on a desert island, the only survivors of a plane crash. On the island, they must overcome past grievances and work together to survive. But ultimately, it's a battle of wills and wits to make it out alive, which I would say is fairly inaccurate.
Yeah, yeah, I would as well.
Um,
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to this film. I like um, Sam Raimi, like I said before.
Hmm.
I like Rachel McAdams. I like Dylan O'Brien. Fucking Dennis Haysbert from 24 is in this film as well.
Yeah.
Um, and there's a picture of Bruce Campbell on the office wall,
You gotta
for
get the
which
Bruce.
he gets an IMDb credit.
Yeah, you've got to get the Bruce cameo in somewhere. I was very disappointed to see that he wasn't actually in it, like physically, but to see his picture, I was like, ah, there we go.
Yeah. Um, I think there's some nice throwbacks to previous Raimi films, early Raimi films in particular, particularly Evil Dead. You said about a lot of it feels like it was shot for 3D.
Hmm.
Um, I think that's part of the Sam Raimi thing of like vomit coming at you, blood spurting at you, kind of thing.
Yeah, but that like it was obscenely so.
Yeah,
Like it was almost like Final Destination 3D sort of style. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it was the sticks coming at the screen and the actor being well far back thing. I know there's a Raiminess of it, but I looked at that and just went, "Who's still loving 3D?"
It
Uh,
felt a
he,
bit like somebody who'd watched some Sam Raimi films and then decided to make a Sam Raimi-esque film.
yeah.
Um, and it's just and the cast are good. The two leads are good in it.
Hmm.
I just don't think they're given enough to work with. Um, this film seems to be people either seem to really love it or just not get on with it.
Yeah.
I'm very much in the not get on with it camp. It's difficult to talk about without going into spoilers.
Hmm.
We sort of had a spoilery chat about it before we
Yeah.
recorded. We can maybe do a separate spoilery chat down the line. I don't know if I care that enough much about it. Um, it just it's got a really nice setup, an okay middle, and then it just does not stick the landing at all. There's a
No.
plot revelation that comes up partway through that I saw coming a mile off. The ending is not satisfying at all for me, and I just found that with the exception of the stewardess on the plane, I didn't care about any character.
No. All of the characters were insufferable. Um,
Maybe her pet bird. I cared about her pet bird as well.
Yes, it's funny because the whole time they were on that island, I just kept thinking like, oh, what about the bird? Like, who's looking after the bird? Um, I know birds don't necessarily need to be, refed all the time or whatever, but there's
But
only
still,
so
yeah,
much there's only so much seed they can put down before they start running out. They need company as well, definitely.
there's seeds of a good character in Rachel McAdams' character,
Do, do you know what?
but it just isn't delivered, and they just, or it might be a mild spoiler, but they kind of just sway into the 80s, 90s trope of bitches be loco. And I
Yeah,
say that as a term, not as a derogatory thing towards women. It was very much a film genre.
yes, it was.
Fatal Attraction, Single White Female, Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
I feel like they showed a little of that in the trailer, but it was meant to be like a sort of alluded to thing of like, oh, this may go wrong or whatever. But it was just a bit. It just kind of then smacked of it when you actually saw the film. I felt like the trailer didn't represent it right at all.
No. It's one of those
Um,
films, I don't really know how you would represent it.
no, I also felt like a lot of the jump scares that were in it were just a bit obscene. I was
Yeah.
kind of like, why are they there? It didn't make any sense because it wasn't a horror film. There was jump scares in it, but it wasn't a horror film. There's no way that was a horror film. It
No, it
didn't
was
feel
kind of
like a
like,
horror film.
again, you felt like it's not a Sam Raimi film until he puts a Sam Raimi jump scare in it.
Yeah,
And
and
it worked. I jumped.
oh, I jumped once. There was a few of them, but a couple of them I saw coming, so I
Yeah,
was I was
it was
prepared.
just the one, and it was in one particular sequence. Obviously, um, again, I don't want to spoil it by saying what that sequence is.
Involving someone else.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, same. Yeah, it was exactly the same.
um,
I didn't expect it coming.
yeah, it's just. part way into it, I was like, wish I was watching Castaway instead.
Yeah, yeah. I was, you know, the thing that surprised me the most about it was that Rachel McAdams did some excellent overacting, and I
Yeah,
don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean that as in like, oh, she was overacting. No, I mean as in like it was intentional. It was like proper, like pulpy, schlocky film, like
yeah, and I think if the
overacting.
rest of the film felt like that, because Dylan O'Brien does it at times as well, that little laugh he does,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's up there with the Amadeus laugh, tying it
Yeah,
back to the last episode. It's a bin it for me, I'm afraid.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know a lot of people. I think Mark Commode was really high on it, and a couple of other reviewers that I like
I
have been high on it, and I was just like, no,
Yeah, I rated it higher than you, saying maybe like a borrow it, but I gave a our little spoiler chat. I gave a stipulation to it that the borrow it. I think it would be good for a group of like younger people having a sleepover,
yeah,
like maybe like a birthday party. They're all having sleeping bags and they're all sitting around the telly. Stick this on streaming and the jump scares will get them, you know what I mean? And they'll get to see some gross stuff in between and stuff, and it'll end, and they won't even think about it. You know what I mean? It'll be one of them that it just kind of ends, and that's it. It didn't outstay its welcome. I'll say that much. It wasn't
See,
like it
I
was just.
found it about 20 minutes too long.
I I thought it was. I thought it was longer than it needed to be, but I didn't think it was long enough that it outstayed its welcome.
See, yeah,
Um.
like I say, I found it a bit plodding and repetitive at times.
All right. Okay.
I think this would move up to a borrow it for me, potentially even a buy it if it had stayed true to certain characters
Yes.
and if it had stuck the landing. The ending just feels cheap and tacked on.
I don't like the ending. Yeah. Yeah.
It
I'm with
does
you.
not work for me at all.
Yep, I'm totally with you on that. And there was a lot of stuff that just, I mean, there's huge plot holes in it
Yeah,
that unfortunately they set up too much of for you just to suspend disbelief and just go, oh, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They'd set up far too much with things, and they'd sort of introduce things throughout it that I thought there needs to be a payoff with this, and there needs to be sort of people questioning like why that happened, and the fact that I was even thinking about that, because I don't normally think about that stuff in films. I do suspend my disbelief and just go like, "Oh, it doesn't matter." But they had set up far too much that I was like, "Oh, this doesn't make any sense." And then it ended, and you were like, "Oh, come on!" Like, what a load of pooey.
yeah.
I did. I got to that end and just went, "Ah, it's a cop out." Like, it was just, I don't know, it was just annoying. I was
It
just
wasn't
annoyed.
even a cop out. It's just they painted themselves into a corner and just didn't know where to go.
Yeah, yeah, and then just I don't know. I really didn't like the ending. Really didn't like. I genuinely didn't like the way it all played out and everything. That
Yeah,
whole ending just really bugged me. Really bugged me, and it really soured me as well. It had actually been slightly higher for me right to that point of the last sort of 15 minutes leading up to that and the stuff before it. I was like, oh, this is just nah. You're not paying this
yeah.
off.
I think the final third, when it takes a turn,
Yeah,
without going into spoilers, I think you know the turn I'm talking about.
yeah.
Um, yeah, just
It was annoying.
yeah. It's a
Yeah.
shame. It's a waste of a good director. It's a waste of a good cast.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm
It's the kind of film that if it had been directed by somebody you'd never heard of and starred a couple of people you'd never heard of, I think most people would be like, "That's a bag of shit, isn't it?" I
yeah,
think because it's Sam Raimi, because it's Rachel McAdams, because it's Dylan O'Brien, I think more people are kind of like, "Yeah, no, no, it's yeah, I'm with it." I'm like,
I'm
"Oh,
just I'm just wondering if we're ever going to get a back to full form Raimi film again.
I
I
don't
just
think
I
we will because I think there's an element of lightning in the bottle
Yeah,
with Raimi. The the Evil Dead 2 Raimi, that down and dirty, gritty, even like the Dark Man Raimi,
yeah,
where he wanted to make a shadow movie, they wouldn't let him make a shadow movie, so he created his own character and did that. And it's just, I think that element is gone. I think that light has gone, and it's fair enough. You know, he's made his bones. He's done Spider-Man movies. He's done Disney Oz movies. He's done the Marvel Cinematic
yeah.
Universe. It's like, don't chase it unless you've genuinely got something. to
Yeah.
say with a film, and this film just didn't have anything to say, I don't think.
The plus that we've got with it is one, it wasn't written by him, so
Yeah,
that's something. And two, uh Kermode had a point that it is technically an original film, even though it's just a rehash of like other things,
yeah,
really. But it is an original movie that's doing well at the box office. So, I mean, you got to give it that. You know what I mean? I think that's the other thing that elevates it to a borrow it for me. Um, is because to a degree we've not had a kind of solid original film come out that's ended up on the same sort of hype level a little bit as some of the superhero affair. And I think Send Help's had a really good marketing.
yeah.
I've
I
seen it
mean,
near enough everywhere.
I've said
Um,
bin it, but I wouldn't discourage people from watching it.
no,
I
yeah,
just,
yeah.
for me, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd go back and watch it again unless I was particularly bored and it happened to be on telly. I
This is
don't
this
think I
is
would actively seek it out. Um,
this is one of the rare ones that it doesn't go in the bin; it goes in the charity shop pile.
yeah, it goes next to the bin if somebody picks it up. It's a bit like when Total Film used to do their leaving a shit film in the phone box to see how long it'd be
Yeah.
before somebody took it. Um, Sort of that. If people watch it and they enjoy it, that's awesome because this is an original movie. Like you say,
Yeah,
it's rehashing old ideas and mashing them together. But it is an original movie. It's not based on a comic. It's not based on a book. It's not based on an
yeah,
existing IP. Um, so I don't begrudge it that. I just, for me, it felt like a waste of time, and I'd be cautious about other people wasting their time on it. I think there's
yeah.
stuff in it that is worth seeing for, but on the whole, it's a bin it job. It's
Right.
it's a
Okay.
one and done. I don't think I ever need to see that again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There was
Here,
nothing in it that really blew my mind.
here, it got you to the cinema. That's
It
something.
it did get me to the cinema. I'm not going back now for the rest of the year. Fucking ruined it.